All right, so good night, everyone. Tonight I just want to talk a little bit about one of our young players who is actually playing out in Germany. His name is Micaia Taylor. He's 17 and he is playing for a club called Fortuna Dusseldorf. He's playing with the academy, the U19 academy. As we continue to look for players, this is one that many people did mention. We have a player, or we have a couple of players out there in Germany, and I really didn't find that much information until somebody actually sent me the name and I started looking. And then I was like, oh, okay. So this is a young man who, at the age of 15, he was with the U20 team when the U20 played their tournament a couple years ago, which I guess would be like about 2 years ago, right? I don't think he played any games, but he was working closely with Brian Haynes, who was the U20 coach at the time, who no longer is the U20 coach. I recently asked, I don't even know much that's going on with the U20s, to be quite honest, but that's another story for another time. So I want to talk a little bit about Micaia. Goalkeeper, as I mentioned, at the age of 15, I think when he was with the team, I think he was close to 6 foot. I think he is probably 6'3" now, if I'm not mistaken. Was with the U17 at Dusseldorf. His dad is Trinidadian, his mom is German. So I think he is from Tobago originally. Went to school, Presentation College in San Fernando. Don't know how that happens, but again, there's a conversation for next time also. So he did his schooling, Presentation College, played for Presentation College some, and then got his opportunity and he went outside. So he's currently there, and recently, as recent as the 1st of July this month, is when he made the step up to the U19 team. He based on the what we see here is that he has a 1-year contract with them so far. Obviously, that's how they do it for younger players across there. And again, he's playing 2nd division German. His parent club is in the 2nd division German. When I did a bit of research, it looked like all the youth clubs actually play together, or at least some of the youth clubs play together. So he'll be playing some quality football. At the age of 17, he is out there with some good youngsters, because we know the German league is a pretty decent league, so he'll be at a pretty high level. I had the chance to speak with him a little bit recently, and he seems like a very well-grounded person, a young man who has his head on, is looking to impress where he is, and in due time make it onto the national team. At the age of 17, next year is a World Cup year, he'll be 18 obviously. I think that he should be around the World Cup squad. May not be able to make a World Cup game, let's be honest, right, at the age of 18, but definitely getting a national team experience would help him, and he could definitely be a prospect for the 2030 campaign. Who knows? We have a lot of young players coming up, some from the academies now breaking into the team. Again, people like Rio Cardenas. He could be a young player coming up also, because I mean, we can't really depend on Marvin Phillips and them for too long again. You know, I have my reservations about that, I don't think, but that is not the conversation tonight. A spin-off conversation I want to take at some point is, how are we transitioning our footballers from the U20s into the senior team? Again, we see 1 or 2, but are we consistently bringing across players from one level to the next? As I say, it's probably a next conversation, but again, I like to ask the question so that we can at least start talking in the comments, right? So again, I want to wish this young man the best. I really hope that one day I could have an interview with him and we could talk about what it's like out there in Germany and playing that level of football. But only time will tell. I actually saw two other players playing in Germany. One is Noah Keane, who actually is a defensive midfielder, but he's playing with a fifth tier club, TSV Merbush. It says here his contract actually ended last month, so I don't really have much information about him as to what's going on now, but he's a defensive midfielder. He is 20, and his brother actually, Micaia, played for us already at the U20 level, and I think he's also at the same club. He a left winger. Some say that he's at the same club, and his contract also ended June 30th, 2025. So I really don't have too much information about them. If anybody knows what's going on with them, please let me know. But it seems as though we have 3 players out there in Germany. As I say, Micaia is the one who is currently with a second division. His parent club is a second division club. So just wanted to bring that forward because, again, we're always on the search for our quality footballers, and he is a player who has been with the U20 team before. We really don't want to lose him. We really don't want to forget about him, and because we've seen that happen time and time again. And as I say, Micaia and Noah Keane are really trying to get some more information about them. So just wanted to talk about that tonight. So again, like, share, and subscribe, and let's find our footballers, talk to our footballers, improve our football, and tell me your thoughts in the comments. So looking forward to hear from you all.